please. Why are you showing the video? I hope you're wearing your headset because I'll be hearing myself. Hi everyone. Let's wait for more people to join. Wave, wave. Hi. Thanks for joining. Let's wait for more people to join before I start. Hello. Let's wait for more people. Aura Fabrics, hi. Princess Gracie, I see you. I think this is my second time of going live to share my story. And it's a pleasure to be here and to know that, a lot of people really want to learn. And like I said, I'm not a coach. Neither am I a motivational speaker. But based on my experience, I think I might have one or two things to share with you guys. I hope you can hear me. Let me try and increase the volume. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Oh, you still want me not to distract me. Okay, welcome. I think we can start. Okay, so I posted a couple of things I'll be sharing with you guys. I hope we have enough time to cover them. But if wherever I stop, I might also maybe plan on making another live video sometime soon. Rob's on Jimmy, I see you. Right, Matt, I see you. Okay, so back to the story. This is not just for fashion designers. I think this will work for all entrepreneurs. Yes, so I got a couple of questions too that people sent to me. I got lots of DMs. In fact, some people came to my store, booked an appointment to see me, or because they had one issue or the other. And at the end of the day, I just look at the issues like, how can this be an issue? But I can remember there was a time I also had such issues, and it was quite difficult for me getting a solution. So I'm here. I'm glad to help. Just send a DM. If I don't respond, they'll definitely let me know, and then I'll respond to you. Okay, so let's start by, I think the major issue most people have is the issue of them attending to clients by themselves. I think that's the number one thing you need to understand. You can't do it all by yourself. If you look at most companies now, you don't get to see the CEO at work, do you? No. If you have multiple branches, will you be the one attending to all the customers in all the branches? No. So it's high time you thought about how you can make that work in whatever field you are into. So as for me, I remembered when I was in Ibadan back then, it got to a stage where I had lots of people to attend to. I was the one always attending to them. If they don't see me, they don't want to make clothes. And I was just thinking, that means I would always have to be at work. Even to go to the market, I will have to think, oh, what if this woman comes now? I won't be able to make money, blah, blah, blah. I need to go to the market, but I can't go because of my customers. I'll lose money and all that. But it got to a time I had to think of it and no, this can't work anymore. I can't go on like this. I have to think of a way to manage this. And all I did is simple as ABC. Is to train your staff, whoever. Don't see. They will always leave whether you like it or not. But you never get tired of training. You keep training and training and training. That's why I always advise, employ someone that is trainable. If you see traits of them not being trainable, please let them go. Okay? It's not compulsory. So you keep training your staff. I had to train, and then I didn't even have graduates. I had probably, I think it was an SSC order I had then, and I just trained the person, and I made my customers feel comfortable with the person. I let them know, okay, you know what, don't worry. Talk to, who did I have then? I think I had Folake and I had some other girls. I'm not really good with names. And it got to a time when they call me and I tell them, oh, I'm not around, I went to the market, but Folake is there, don't worry, just drop your fabrics. Then I did more of bespoke. Just drop your fabric, she will suggest styles to you, and when I get back, I'll give you a call and then follow up. And I made sure that I did follow up. Whenever I get back to work, I look at what what Folake had done, or whoever I had then had done, and then I call up the customer, okay, this is this is that. And don't forget, how do you track what they've said? How do you know the order? How do you know how much she has charged the customers? Because I know that's most people's fears. Like, okay, once you allow your staff to get connected to your customers, they might take your customers away. Yes, it has advantages and it has its own disadvantages. It affected me when I was in Ibadan. That was one of the reasons why the lady that stole my money and made me shut down the store, then those were part of the things she did. But it didn't stop me from growing. I only have to learn to put controls in place. We do not have control over everything, but at least to a certain extent, you know that your business is going on with or without you. So what I did then was I created a bespoke form, so that when they come in, they bring their fabric, we write how many yardage of fabrics they bring, the kind of style they want. We pick out every little detail. So when they come in and then they see that, oh, this place is a structured organization, you bring out the form with all the packaging. In fact, what I also did then was to make my customers feel more comfortable is I made sketches of styles down for them. So I just tell them, oh, I already sketched some styles, my new designs. You can talk to her, she'll give them to you. So you just check the new designs, whichever one you're comfortable doing. When I get back, I'll give you a call. And that was how we started. And I made sure that the person that was attending to them knew what she was talking about. So that way, they start having trust in you. They know that, okay, you get back to them, there's someone there to attend to them, whether you're around or not. Which I feel we can do. Even when I moved down to Lagos, it was still the same thing. They all want to see Yetunde. Yetunde will be the one to design. I love when she sketches the designs for me. They all want to see me. But trust me, I can't move on if I don't delegate. And it reminds me of when I went to London College of Fashion then. I went for some months. And how did my business run? I was in Ibadan then. But it was easier to manage compared to Lagos. But then I had my structure, all the books. In fact, I had customer logbook to that extent, such that any customer that walks in, you write the name, you write what the customer came in to do. These are the things you can do as a small business, so that you can track you can track whatever is going on with or without you. And I made sure that, oh, okay, I call them every day to find out what has happened. I call my customers and all that, like that, you start to build your structure. You know what will work, you know what won't work. So I hope I'm able to explain to you why it's necessary to at least train someone. Keep training. Even your Instagram page, keep training. People slide into my DMs and think I'm the one that responds. I am not the one that responds. Sometimes, probably at night when my staff have closed and I need to respond to some messages, maybe the messages are a lot, or I'm not doing anything, because I'm always very busy. I'm always very busy with the house, with the designs, lots of things. So I hardly have time to go through social media except maybe at night, and then I try to respond to some messages, and the tone of the message, ma'am, and I'm thinking, and they're saying, oh, I like your designs. They think they are talking to me, but they are not talking to me. They are talking to Owans. In fact, Chola said they were talking to Ifedayo. If I have an intern now, she's in school, you've been talking to her, but you don't know why, because I keep training them. She came as an intern, she's only spending 4 months, but I'm training her. The period of the 4 months she'll be around, she's learning. For example, Ifedayo, I keep talking about Ifedayo. She came to me, she was with us last 2 years, but she left last year after I gave birth. Why? Because I trained her such that she already knows how I post. She does all the posts. She knows how we respond to customers. So she sounds like me. In fact, when we had our anniversary, I had to call her in. If I come, you need to come and attend to the social media. All those posts, we think of the design, all those scheduled posts you think we schedule. No, we post them at intervals. We post them by ourselves. We already talked about how we want to the post, what we want to post today, the kind of content, sales, when sales will come, like that. So you need to keep training them, keep training them. Even right now, I need online stuff. I'm still going to post about that. And trust me, the people I've used, the people I've trained, like Ifedayo now, when I called her to come and work for me in October, I had to pay her like almost times 2 of how much I was paying her when she was with me. Why? Because I've trained her to a level where she's really good now. So you keep training. That's the main thing. Don't be scared of training people. The good ones always leave. They will always leave, whether you like it or not. But don't forget, you need to set down the rules and regulations. You need to set out the job description of each person, so that even if they leave, anybody that comes in can take up the role and they know what to do. So that's about attending to clients yourself. But if you feel there is need for you to attend customers themselves, just set an appointment for them and then they'll come and see you. Okay, and let me move on to when I moved to Lagos. Yes, people will say, oh, 10 years in business. Trust me, it's been a whole lot of experience for me. I've learned, and I would say that my foundation is is really sound right now. Come what may, I'm still standing. You might be wondering, so where have you been? I've been in Ibadan. I moved to Lagos just 2014. So if you would say, and that was late 2014, I didn't start business until 2015 after I had my first child, and I got my store in 2016. And look at me, I'm doing what I know how to do best. Why is it working? You might think, oh, how is she doing it? If you're a mom, you would understand that it's not easy running a business, a growing business, and also managing your own. It is not easy. Trust me, I do not have a nanny. How do I do it? Structure I used to have, but right now I don't want to have anymore. So I had to structure my life such that, how can it work? I moved to Lagos without even, I didn't plan I was going to come and stay in Lagos. I didn't plan I was going to open up a store in Lagos, but it just happened. I found myself in the situation. What do? It's a good thing. I'm married. I have kids, but the process, how do you manage it? I came in, most of my staff, I had about 15 staff in Ibadan then. Nobody wanted to come with me to Lagos. I think I had just 2 people. 2 people just came over to, I had Idowu and then one guy from Senegal. They moved in with me. And when I moved to Lagos, it was a different ball game. Staff were really expensive. How will I do it? I couldn't afford them, and I was thinking, where do I start from? This is just different from, even the way we sew is just different. The way they think, everything is just different. Everything is, they want their cloth now, they want this style, they are more fashionable in Lagos, lots of things. And I was wondering, this is just like starting all over again. And throughout the stage of pregnancy, I was really sick. And I was just thinking, all the structure I put in Ibadan, they can work here, but I need to put in more work. And so I started out, I was thinking, okay, Lagos, what does it take? Where's the market? When do I go to the market? What do I need to do? How do I get customers? How do I carve a niche for myself? Which I started to write down at that point. But that didn't stop me from doing it. I did it from the house. Tailors were working on my BQ. Like that. Immediately I popped. I got back. In fact, I couldn't model. I was thinking, where do I start from? I normally model my clothes. When I wear them, people just begin to order. Where do I start from? I added 30 kg from 65 kg to 97. In fact, that's more than 30, to 97 kg, and I was just weak and I couldn't do anything. What do I do at that point? What if my business could have stopped? But it didn't stop me because I already knew what I could do, and I felt, okay, regardless of when I start, I know my strengths. The structure, regardless of whether I'm there or not, can work. All I need to do is understand the market and then know how to fit in myself into it. And I just thought of it, okay, I'm in Lagos now. I need a store so that I can have more walk-in customers. Do I do the ready-to-wear and all that, the structure, how do I make it work? Lots of things. And 2016, I got a store. My forms were back. My staff. I noticed there were some things. Lagos is different because you need to deliver items, different people from different parts of the, different places are ordering, and then they are expecting you to be they start comparing with top businesses, and they don't know you have things to also work on. You, the delivery guys are there messing up with your delivery and all that. And I thought of, okay, how do I did lots of trainings. I trained my staff, you know. I paid for their training to go somewhere to train about customer service. Where are the staff now? All the people I have trained, they are not with me. Some of them are still here. Some I still call them to come, but they have to move on. So you have to keep training. Your structure is very important. It is very, very important for you. When you are getting your staff, you need to set their rules, the rules for them. Think of the people you need to make the work easy for you. For me, I think of it, okay, who would do the design? Probably they bring in their fabric and they want to do bespoke. Who would draw the design? So what I do is I sketch them down. Whenever a customer comes, it's my design. Give it to them, let them pick, explain to them, you know. I've trained them such that they know what to give the customers, you know. And that's enough. You know, I send bulk SMS. I make sure that whenever they see me, at least they know that, oh, okay, this is the person, and then they can trust the brand. And I don't allow my staff, I don't allow them to mess with customers' clothes. I don't. I take the order seriously. I take every complaint seriously, except I'm not aware. You shouldn't connive with your staff and start mocking customers. No. So back to how I was able to, when I had my son in 2015, things were quite, you know, tough for me, trying to balance him with work and all that. But guess what? When I was pregnant of my second daughter, of my second child, based on the structure already put in place, and what are these structures? These structures are, okay, I need someone to be present online. Just state out all the things you need. I need someone to be present online. I need someone to handle the tailors. I need to understand what the tailors are doing. Like when I was going on maternity leave, I put all those things in place. I wrote all the rules of a tailor. I have it. I'm sure if you check my post, you'll see some of those drafts. Rules of a tailor. They get to sign. You know, they get to sign. Rules of in fact, to the point of, if we have to do a photo shoot, what are the things we need? We need shoes, we need nails, we need the model, we need to get food for the people that will come and do the photo shoot. We had to break everything down into bits. So as a business owner, what is that thing that is disturbing your business? What is that one thing that if you leave your business today, you want to go to the market, but you can't go because you don't know how the girl will do? Why don't you train her? Okay? Why don't you train her? I made them understand that, see, the same call you make sure to the person that will take the picture, the same call I will make. Just negotiate with them. Know what you need to do. And from there, you know where the problem is. And every year, what I do is I list out issues, the challenges I face, you know, in my business. Be realistic with yourself. State them down. Low response to customers, write it down. Social media presence is not really fantastic. What do? Do you know the more you employ people, depending on what you do? For me, social media is not, if I say social media is not really cool with me, what can I do to change the situation? Employ someone, train them. But you might think, oh, there's no right person. There's no right person for the role now. You have to train them to what you want to do. Except if you want to hire the people that really know what to do, you pay out of your nose. So you keep training people, keep training people, keep training people. And that was what I did before I had my second child. I made sure that someone is asking, how did you manage semi-literate workforce? It is normal. Me, I'm a tailor. Most of them, from time. That's why I would say that their roles. Most of my top tailors, the people that handle my bespoke, they keep saying that they've never worked in this kind of organization. They don't have time. If your wala is too much, they tell you they move on. And that's the thing. You know, tailors are like prostitutes. They move from here to there. You know, that's what they call tailors. That's so. They call them prostitutes because they move from one place to the other. But guess what? I've had tailors that are still, I think Mr. Xavier is still, this is his third year. Or maybe second year. You know, he's been with me for so long. Set up their rules and regulations. Explain to them in a language they understand. Let them understand that, like for me, I take care of my staff well. I treat them well. For example, before I went on maternity leave, I took all the managers. That's the person handling the sales, the person handling the online platform, the production manager that monitors the tailors, and a couple of them. I took them to the cinema. From there, I took them, okay, we went to eat. I think I posted the picture online. We went to eat. I took them to the cinema. That's just for the managers. I made them, we spoke about things that we can work on, have regular meetings. We have meetings every 4 o'clock by the end of the day. We are still not perfect, but a lot of work. Most people that come into my store, they wonder, those people that work with me, they wonder how a fashion house can have this much. You can just look at me from outside. Yetroselane, she's just a ready-to-wear designer. Come into my store and see the kind of work we do. You'll be shocked that a common fashion house can have this much structure. We are still trying to make it work because these are human beings. Same way we don't obey rules, and that is what is affecting us as a country right now, So for you have to keep hammering it in their ears. This is the implication of doing this. Me now, I find them. If you don't, you come late, I fine you. You give me a cloth you did not iron. It is there, it is written. Fine. So maybe I'll share with you some other time. This is the fine for doing this. But guess what? You know what I do? I don't just deduct from their money. I don't just punish them. If I take from their money, I always look for a way to give them back. And they know. If I get upset with them right now, they know that let her just finish yelling. That's the end. I always look for a way to pamper them afterwards. Oh, you're going on take. Oh, this, oh, that, I have this at home, I give them the extra. So it is normal. Imagine we went to school, proper school. Imagine how many times they have to tell you things before you obey, before you listen. We all know the truth. Google is there too. But you know how hard it is for you to try and do the right thing. Same way it is for them. But you need to make them understand that this is how you want your thing. Whatever you allow grows. That's one thing I keep. Whatever you allow grows. If you allow them come, lie down on the machine, do whatever they want to do, it will continue like that. So that's why you have to set your rules, regardless of who you are working with. Whether they are literate or literate, it's still the same thing. We are all human beings, So you need to understand the kind of people you have. I have a mix of every one of them, So just do what works for you. Be sincere with yourself. Know what you need as a business. You have the answers. If you like, call all the consultants to come. They will ask you the question. It's still you that you use your mouth to tell them what the problem is. And then they now give you the solution that you already know. All you need to do is just enforce it and try to make it work. You're not a regular tailor. How do I manage? Oh, okay, I have lots of orders. How do we know which one comes first? I have sales form for everything. If I do not have it on the rack and we have to make it, there is a form for it. If not, you forget. We all keep saying tailors disappoint. That's the local tailors. Yes, they disappoint. Do you know why? Because they keep everything in their head. They don't have any proper structure. I can remember when I started out too. I would feel, oh, okay, I know this customer, I know this. Oh, she's coming on Wednesday. And I'm wondering, how do you get to keep all these things? How do you get to remember the dates? And I had to set a book, delivery book we have. Customer collection date book we have. So every evening, every morning we go through who is collecting their cloth so day, who is collecting this so day. Someone else is handling, and you need to let them know their job descriptions. Your tailor, whichever one you feel or whoever you are working with, you have the smart ones amongst you. Just delegate. Look at the things you do. Split them. Get the people that can do it. You don't have to break the bank. Get SSE holder. Get someone. In fact, now I realize that I need a store person. A store representative. I got one girl that is waiting for SSC result, or she wants to rewrite SSC, and she's doing it well. She'll fold the clothes, whatever thread they take. If they take one thread, she'll write it down. If they take, the store is always clean. Everybody signs. She has her book, she has her records. Every week, every day, she writes it. Every weekend, she sends me reports. All my staff, my online representative, they send me daily reports every day via mail. It's still my normal email address, rosalti@yahoo.com. They send me the mail every day. Every day. I will show you these things. If you don't send me the mail, I will fine you. Who wants to be fined? Nobody. When they say that you've done it once, they would cooperate. That's why I said whatever you allow grows. If you allow them, they feel, they can get away with it. Yeah. So someone is asking a question. Some of my customers usually ask if I'm the one sewing their clothes before they proceed to patronize me. I had that issue. You want me to attend to you? You spend hours. I spend hours consulting with you because you cannot decide what you want. And you expect me to still be the one to sew it. I tell them bluntly. In fact, it's easier here in Lagos because people have the understanding that you're not the one that sews. In Ibadan, it is worse because they believe that it is you that should sew it. And I tell them, if I'm to sew, how many will I sew a day? If I'm to sew proper skirt and blouse, I will spend 2 days or 1.5 days for a proper skirt and blouse. Please, how much do I want to collect? Am I going to collect 100,000? I'd be 10,000. Is 10,000 enough for my running cost? I don't know if you understand. So no, I would let them know, no, I cannot do it. But you know what? I have trusted hands and we monitor them. And trust me, there's time for fitting. So it's not that on the day of the next day to the event, you're coming. Come on your fitting, they come and fit it. We are not perfect. These fingers are not equal. The same tailor that will sew your cloth perfectly today might sew it rubbish tomorrow. We are the ones that go through it, you know. And you'll be wondering, Mr. Savior, please, what's going on? Are you hungry? Oh yeah, I'll buy you lunch today. Please let me sew this customer's clothes. You know she has given us customers. You know that if they come and they want amendments, you know you still be the one to do the amendment. An amendment is worse than sewing a new cloth. So when you let them understand all those things, your tailors to sit up, and your customers, you let them. I'm not the one sewing. I hope I've answered your question. We don't have more time. I think I have just 15 minutes more because I have to go for fellowship by 6. So someone asked a question on my page. Is it possible for a ready-to-wear fashion brand to survive without collecting fabrics and doing bespoke? It depends on you. If it's just ready-to-wear you want to do, it is what you want to do. Focus on it. Think of ways you can make more money. Think of ways you can reach more people. Think of ways to let your products get out there and push it. Me, it is only this tailoring I know. Although I can do any other thing, I can sell anything sellable. Trust me, you know. But if this is what I am doing, like for me, I've learned that, okay, for example, my bespoke, most people don't know I do bespoke, and I've said this year I'm going to post more. But why now? Why would they think I don't do bespoke? But I have customers that bring in their bespoke. I have 3 tailors handling bespoke, just bespoke. But I don't promote it. You don't know about it, or do you know I do bespoke? No, you don't. So what do I need to do to get more customers for bespoke? I need to push it out there. But the challenge I have is, which I know I have the solution to, is these customers don't send me pictures when they wait and they look fine. So what's the solution to that? You don't want to show me? I'll get mannequin that is very, very nice, and I'll wear the clothes on and make video. But I don't have time to do that, and I like my videos to be really nice before I post it out there. But I would have to make sure that I try to do that. Look for ways I can make that work. Get a good phone. Teach them how to make the video. Those are my goals for this year. That I need more bespoke customers so I can make more money. But my ready to wear is not doing badly. Most people know me for ready to wear. So whatever you are doing, make sure you do it well, and I mean, you make money. God will bless the works of your hands as long as you're hardworking, you know. How do you deal with customers who will not want to come for fitting and they want a perfect bespoke dress? If they don't want to come for fitting, just let them understand. You can't, they know that fitting is very important. So if they don't come for fitting, whatever it is, just try to make the work perfect, you know, to the best of your abilities, and leave the rest. If they come, just advise them to come early. So if there's any need for amendment, you can fix it. We've been in fix before. In fact, there was a time when I was working from home. The woman was in my house at like 11:30 in the night. I was fixing. I was upset, but at the same time, you know, and that was as a result of us doing what she actually said she wanted, but she didn't like the outcome, which I also saw. I wouldn't want something that won't sell me. So, you know, all those alterations. But at the same time, there is something I want you people to know, which is very important. For any of the services you render, a form is very, very important. An agreement form, that's between yourself and the customer. I keep telling my staff, last year they didn't really work on it. That's why I said my structure must work. All the things I've put in place, don't push them aside. They must work. You must use them effectively this year. My bespoke form, there's a point there where customers have to sign. This is what we agreed on. What kind of skirt do you want, man? Straight skirt, take it. What kind of sleeves do you want? Short sleeves, take it. You know, like that. What kind of neckline do you want? Take it. When will you come for fitting? Did she come with a lining? Yes, because there was a time a customer came with lining. My attendant felt she can trade with the lining and use her own. You know, You tick all those things and you make sure they sign, and you sign. Even when they, how much you charge them, you write it, because there are lots of issues. Oh, that's not how much you charged me at first. Why did you charge me this much? You let them know the kind of applique, the colors, write everything in details. If you're into furniture, let them know the kind of design they're expecting. Imagine making a furniture and then the customer is telling you this wasn't what I ordered, or they come and they tell you they want to change. Yes, the agreement form is very important. Like, I had that issue in Ibadan and it was very annoying. You tell me you want 3/4 sleeves, I'll make 3/4 sleeves. You now come and say, oh, the 3/4 sleeve is looking funny. You want it short sleeve, or you want it with flare, you want an entirely different sleeve. Do you know that I pay my customers, my tailors, based on what they make? Do you know that I'm spending more money having to losing what we agreed on and then making you another one? So when you understand that you have to pay me extra if I'm doing something outside the agreements we already have, they realize that, oh, when they come, oh, this is it, and you let them understand, oh, fitting date is also, and when you're at fault, you know that you're at fault. So there's nothing, I mean, you don't have any say. Please, what do you do when you had to add money, personal money to business? Now, I made mention of that on one of my posts. One of the mistakes I made then, I had that experience in Ibadan, and I realized that at the end of the month, I only have salary to pay. But we made sales, but the money is not here. Now, it's two things. It's either, my own issue then was that in Ibadan was that I wasn't collecting enough deposit from customers. So at the end of the month, we've made all the clothes. Some won't collect their clothes until maybe 2 weeks after that month end. And then because I didn't collect enough to cover the cost of materials and cost of fabrics, I need to add my own money. So at the end of the month, I don't have as much. But after paying the salary, I will now start having money at the middle of the month, which the main time I need the money is month end. So that was one of the issues I had then, and I had to set my standards that it is 80 to 20. That means you deposit 80%. On collection, you collect 20%. You know what that did to me? I lost lots of customers. And I can say boldly, I lost a lot of customers. Regardless of who they were, I had really top people in Ibadan that were patronizing. But I made them understand, ma, please, at the end of the month, I keep looking for money to run, and it's not helping me. Please, help me to drop deposit off. They were upset, Some people said, hey, she's too proud because I was really young, she's rude, she's that. I allowed them. But I had to set my standards. So set your standards early enough. See, they will know you for who you are. After some weeks or months, they got used to the fact that when they bring their fabric to Yetunde, they are dropping deposits, and when they come and collect, they pay. Have you not seen a situation where a customer will come and tell you, oh, I don't like it, you did what we agreed, and then they tell you they don't like the clothes anymore, and they don't pay you your money, and you've spent money doing it? That is why I said, for me, I will do what you want. Even if you don't like it, I will make sure you like that cloth. I will go extra mile. Why? Because I've collected your money. My integrity when it comes to money is not for me. I cannot collect your money and I'll be doing no. I don't do that when it comes to money. I'm as plain as possible. So that really made me lose customers. But after then, they knew that, oh, Yetunde, for new customers, it was easy for new customers because they just come in, you tell them, oh, it's 80%. I do that here in Lagos too. It's 80%, and then when you come and collect it, you balance up, which is fine. So when they balance up, I know maybe that's my profit. That one has covered, the 80% has covered the cost of production and all that. So, but for Lagos, I realized that when I started, the money wasn't just that they were not depositing. Should have started collecting deposits now. The problem was that I was spending too much on stock, and because it's ready to wear, you just have money on the rack. And I was just buying fabric. Once I see fabric, I buy and keep. One, because, okay, maybe I'm about to make a dress, I buy like 10 fabrics. I don't even know if the dress will sell. I buy the fabrics down so that when you are ordering, I will not say that the fabrics is no longer available in the market. At the end of the day, customers don't like the fabric, So that one too, you also have to learn that we'll break the details into maybe other stories. We can do that later. So that's about that. So it's either you're spending too much or you're not collecting enough money from customer. And then someone spoke about pricing, that she says that her cost is too high. She feels that items are cheap. Also, if your items are cheap, you're not making the money, then increase it. Why are you doing business? Why are you competing with? That's one thing we all need to stop competing with people. You don't like me, you cannot come and compete with me. You know why? My running cost is high. My running cost is really high. Diesel. If you know how much you spend on diesel, electricity in a month, and you tell me to come and be selling my clothes for 5. There was a time I did the value line, which I was selling for 10k, but after a while, the quality, I didn't really like the way it was looking, because we just rushed them, and I had to come back to my normal self. Once they know that you're offering value, they will pay. When I do my sales, like my October sales, I do buy to get one free. You think it is easy? I don't make money. I'm giving for my heart to my customers, because that's the only way I can pay back, and I only do that in October. I give. So if you want to do buy to get one free, do you know what that means? You're selling 2 items. Those that buy your clothes, my real customers, they always wait, because they understand the meaning of buy to get one free. Because they know that this item, and I'm not the kind of person that will say sell an item for 15k now and then sell it for sell to another customer for 10k or all those. No, I'm plain when it comes to money. If my staff, when they make some mistakes, I don't joke with it. I take it very, very. So I lose money sometimes. But there's something I did myself and my husband. My husband assisted me. He does data analysis, and we did this value line cost model. So once I enter the name of the item, how many tailors make, he already calculated it for me. It can tell me how much, the least amount I can sell an item. So you need to do your costing very properly. Stop running at a loss. If you are selling now because you don't have a store, by the time you have a store, it will be difficult for you. And then you don't have a store. Are you even factoring in your house rent? All those things, you need to factor them in. Tax, all those things. It's a lot. So please stop comparing yourself with other people. You don't know how they are getting theirs. If your father is rich, how, I don't know, but that's my take on it. Then someone is saying, what? Commissions or salary. Okay, someone is asking, do they pay commissions or salary? Well, it depends on what works for you. I used to do commission in Ibadan back then, and when I moved to Lagos, I won't lie, I was doing commission. Then my agent told me, because it was high for me, how much was I paying in Ibadan? I was paying like 500 naira to one tailor to join, but then I used to cut, so they just joined. It was 500 naira. So at the end of the month, the tailor collects maybe 30k or thereabouts, and they work. But when I got to Lagos, it was different. They would spend 2 days sewing one skirt and blouse, and I would charge the customer 7k when I first of all moved. How will I cope? I heard people were charging 20k then, and I was looking, hey, me that was sewing for 3k in Ibadan, I'll now come and move to 20k. Who will patronize me? So I had lots of issues moving from Ibadan to Lagos. So I started with commission, because I couldn't just stand paying them as much salary as 70k, 90k. That's how the tailors in Lagos want to charge. If I had some charge 250k. We'll get there in Jesus. So for me, the agent now advised me that, what? Try to pay salary. It makes the tailor's mind be at peace. He said it in Yoruba. He said, that was what he said. That means it will give them peace of mind, and it won't be chasing them about. I'm just joking. So they won't be upping from one place to the other. So that's my take on it. If you feel commission works for you, fine. But salary, you know what it does? Even when you don't have work to give them, you have to create work for them. And they have this mentality that whether you sell or not, you shall pay me my salary. So you will be pushing yourself. You push yourself to sell. You push yourself to do all sorts. Dance on social media, do all sorts that pays you. It depends on you. So that's it for me. I can't say do commission. I can't say do salary. It depends on what works for you. So having your own, I need to employ more hands, at least one person. You need the one hand. Employ more tailors, more money sometimes. Sorry, what did you say?
That's the question you just answered.
Oh, okay, that's the question I just answered. Okay, sorry, my husband is wanting the question, so I don't. Shout out to you, Adamilai, thank you. So I don't miss out on them. How do you cope with salaries? Like, I pay so much on salaries, and the foreign tailors or Nigerian tailors, which is better? It depends on you. I don't do foreign tailors again. Why? Because of the language barrier sometimes. But I had some that were really good, And for me, I think they are stubborn, because when you are trying to explain to them, they will tell you, that's what you ordered. That's what you told me to do. So it depends, So for me, I use Nigerian tailors. In fact, I use Nigerian tailors a lot. So how to sign agreement, some outside the country. What do you do? Okay, I hope I've advised. So monthly or percentage of what they do. I pay monthly, so it depends on you. I don't like commission, but it depends. There are grades to staff. Like me, I have 3 grades of tailors. I have some that handle my bespoke. My best tailors handle my bespoke, and they collect when, So bring in your bespoke fabrics. Let me make for you. By the time I start showing you pictures and videos, you will be wondering like, yesterday, why have you been doing this to us? And you'll be allowing one tailor to spoil our fabric. I do bespoke. Oh, please bring in your fabrics. How do you sign agreements with people outside the country? See what you do. The chat. I tell my staff, try not to be taking WhatsApp calls. Try not to be taking one. It's easy to change. In fact, I had one customer. Make sure everything is recorded. Even if they call you, at the end of the call, make sure you tell them, oh, so our final conclusion based on the call is you want this to be this, you want that to be that, you want this to be this. Make sure everything is documented. You see all those things when they call people out and all those things. Make sure you have your own documentation. That way you've agreed. I really learned one or two. Amen. I advise on tailors' rules. I don't know if I'm too soft with them. You need to be hard on them. At the same time, you shouldn't be too hard. Like for my tailors, when I was going on maternity leave, we all went to the beach. We had fun, played and all that. So don't be too serious. I laugh with them. I go there, do all sorts of things. I think I play too much actually. But when it's time to work, you work. You make them know this is it, and let them understand the mission. Like we have our vision, we have our mission. To Yetroselane and to my customers, every morning they recite it. Every morning when we have our prayers, we recite the rules and regulations. So they keep hearing. You have to keep hammering it. Let me give you an example. Early last year, I attended Tara Fela structure class, one-on-one structure class. And there was one thing she said I keep remembering. She said she went to Mobile, that's the oil company, and she went to see a friend, and she noticed that every place there, they had safety rules, this, that, they had, if you are in the toilet, they'll tell you, don't stay at the back of the door. If you hold glass, they say, don't hold your cup like this. Everything is just not right. Can't I behave like a human being? She said, as far as, even if you see a mobile child, they can never enter a car without using their seat belts. They can never ride their bicycles without the helmets. Why? Because it's just in them. After a while, she was in her friend's office, and then the system there was just safety rules. The system just went blank, and then safety rules, how to stretch, different things, So why, do you know the kind of people that work in Mobile? They are brilliant people, intelligent people. Why is it that they keep reminding them? It's because we are human beings. And because they keep reminding them, it got stuck in their head. By default, they act it. So my tailors too, like the last year, in fact, some of my customers are like, I told them, if they come downstairs and they see a tailor, you must greet them. Good afternoon, ma. You're welcome to Yetroselane. How has your day been? Some customers will answer, some will not answer, but they will shall say it. In fact, some, the way they will say the English self, you'll be laughing, But they have to. You have to let them know your culture. This is how it works here. Whatever you allow grows. They stop towards last year. In fact, when I got back from maternity leave, they kind of stopped, but they will continue. This year, they will do everything by the special grace of God. Like I said, I'm work in progress. I still have things I'm learning. It's a different ballgame now. 10 years ago is different from now. Things that were happening 10 years ago, there was no social media. There are lots of things that I am learning new now. But by the time I break out, just look out for me, by the special grace of God. 10 years of hard work is time, so... But foundation is very, very important. All these things, some businesses don't know. What's the point of you want to be known, you want to be known, you want to be known. You want to be known, you are out there, they give you contracts. Let me give you an example. There was a time, the time I met NHN, that's my auntie Nkechi. NHN, she ordered for an item on my Instagram page, and then she called me. That was my birthday 2016. I always say she's my birthday gift for 2016. And she gave me a call. And she was like, she wanted the item. I even offered to, when I saw, I said, hey, Jesus, NHN, patronizing me. And she was like, where have you been? You're doing amazingly well. And that was when I did one patch that really went viral. One patch dress. Me and patches now in Ankara. So she was like, where have you been? Blah, blah, blah. So that was how she just picked up the picture and posted on her page. The DMs I received that day, the WhatsApp messages I received, I could not undo it again. And I was thinking, how will I respond to these people? I couldn't sleep. We were at the hotel, myself, my husband, and my son. I couldn't even do anything. I said, we have to go back to Lagos, so I can get someone to assist me. Do you know what that told me? Yesterday, are you even ready? See all the people that contacted me. But did I have enough capacity to? Do I have enough? I couldn't handle it by myself. So when you are out there, you are praying to grow, and you're not working on yourself, you don't have hands to help you. How do you intend managing it? I don't know if you understand. Me, I know what I'm like. If I have 1 million orders right now, I know how I'm going to handle it. I know what I can do. Do you know how to do all those things? You, that if your tailor leaves you, if your staff leaves you, you start crying. Why? I just have to think of, okay, now is the time when I need a social media person. Now is the time. How do I handle all this with a child? How will I do it? I'll now be on the phone. Instead of me to be cooking, I'm with the phone. Instead of me to doing this, except you want to hire cook, you want to hire, but it's not everybody that can afford such luxury. So what do? That's why be careful the people you listen to. It is not easy out there. These are the things that got people's money. You have this, but when you structure your life, if you feel that I can decide, let the nanny take care of my children while I face business, let me have a cook, when I get them I'll just eat them. But is that what I want for myself? Is that the kind of relationship I want to build? So those are the questions you ask yourself. Stop copying. Work on yourself. Know your work. I explained to you when 5 of my staff left in Ibadan. In fact, there was a time something similar happened to me in Lagos, but I was the one that told them, because they were already having groups and all that, And I told them, see, this month you have the chance to decide if you want to go or you want to stay. And some of them said, people that came together, they will not start leaving. And be careful, don't allow one person keep bringing you stuff. By the time that one person leaves, he will carry all the other people. This is one thing I've learned as well. Except they think of the relationship. And one of my staff stood his ground and said, this madam has not done anything wrong. I am not. In fact, 2 of them said, I am not going anywhere. And I was also, okay, you go. What's the big deal? My own people will come with prayer. Everything will work out. Trust me. And because you know your craft, it is in you. So there are times when things will look like it's not going. Ask me when I was pregnant. In fact, me, whenever I'm pregnant, my hormones, the way they scatter me. Even to think of designs can be hard. To do things can be hard. We are running out of time, But because it is in you, because of the structures you've set in place, all those things they work out. Any more questions? I'm not receiving any more questions so that I can go. Then, okay, can I see the question?
How do you cope with salaries?
How do I cope with salaries?
Like she pays so much on salaries.
She pays so much. Okay, someone is saying, how do I cope with salaries? Why are you having salaries? For me, I factored it into all the clothes I make. What I would advise you, why is your salary high? Ask yourself that question. Who are the people you are paying? Are they necessary? Can you merge this person and this person instead of having to pay multi people? Can one person handle these 2 roles? I think you have too many staff or maybe you might not have too many staff, but that is it. It's that you have too many staff. And then if you're having to pay too many salary, but is the money coming in? Do you have money? Is the money coming in? Of course, if more money is coming in, you pay more out there because that means you have more customers. So you need to employ more people to put controls in place. In fact, it will get to a time where I will have someone that packs only deliveries. All the clothes, ensures that the order is the delivery, packs only the delivery. I will have someone that controls, different things. Structure can even tell you that you have somebody that will be China. Do you know how their factory is? They have people that tack buttons. They have people that tack, So it depends on you, your line. I've learned a lot. My pleasure. Any more questions? Someone asked if chasing customers away, it will be the same. You're saying you want to chase customers away because they are not paying. It is not about your customer, it is you. Whatever you allow grows. They are not paying you. Why are they not paying you? Why didn't you collect deposit? Are you not ready in a service? They will pay you now. For them to come and meet you, they need your service. So definitely they are ready to pay. I tell my staff something. I said, if a customer should walk in and plans to buy one item, you know that customer has the capacity of buying 3 or 5 items. All you need to do is make them see why they need the item. I'm still work in progress. I'm still not doing so well on social media. I would have loved to do more, which I will do. Hello, please, what did you do when you had to add your personal money to the business? Like I said, my own issue was if I added personal money to my business, weeks after, the money comes back to me. Do you get? But the idea is, I don't like the fact that I will add my money to salary at the end of the month. Let me have enough money from the customers, from the work I have done. Let the business pay the people. Do you understand? Let the business pay your people. If your business is not paying your staff salary, that is not business now. What are you? Who are you impressing by having too many staff? So I think you should just break down the people you have in your store. Are they necessary? Then also look at it. What are the things you can do to make your work independent of you? If it's dependent of you, you cannot move far. It is not a course. You need to expand your mental you need to expand. You need to okay, let me keep quiet. Any more questions so before we end? Please, when are you having a live video? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach, and I'm not a motivational speaker. All I know is that I just try to do what I can. Hello, Mrs. BC Adego, my lovely customer. Yeah, so all I know is that just do what you have to do. Your integrity is key. Integrity is key. My staff did something once. I think what even happened again? I'm too many things in my head. I'm thinking of so many things she did at the same time. She posted, okay, there was a dress she posted. We are doing sales, and then she put 5K. I said, oh wow, this dress can never be 5K. From 10K is 8K. I can't. There's nothing I can get from the 5K you're selling it. And then she said some people already ordered, and I said you have to sell to them because you already told them it's available. So you tell them it's sold out. No. You have to do that. Integrity is key. It's your integrity that will save you. Social media is very fun because people don't know who they are dealing with. They just feel everybody's out there to take their money. I will let you know, it is not about the money for me. It's about the experience. I'm not saying we are perfect, like I keep saying, especially social media. And then when you employ people, you don't know what they are doing. Do you get? You know what happened to me in the bad way? It was my staff and one of my tailors. They connived. So any customer that brings in clothes, they make the customer fill the form, because all my customers know that when they come, they have to fill the form, and then the person attending to the customer will go and give the tailor. The tailor already left, told me she'll be leaving. Give the tailor, they will now sew it. So rubbish. And I'll give the customer. That was when I was in Lagos and they were in Ibadan. And she made over 500K. You know what 500K means in Ibadan? How many years ago? 4 years ago. 500K. That's a lot of money. One girl like that, she's not more than, I think then she was 19 or 20 years old. One Diola black girl like this. Everybody knows that girl. So you can imagine. So for me, here, you don't know what happens, but know that whenever your customers have that, see, customers are not silly. I know when somebody is not straight. I know good people. I know when you're sly. You have to be, they can even tell with the way you message, the way you do, they can tell if you have the integrity. It is key. That's what will keep you in business. I have customers like me. I'll be honest, at my first dealings with you, but in the end, I'm so impressed. Even my friends, well done, Danny. Thank you, Miss VC Adego. If you know the story behind that one, it's so funny. But thank God. I know that. So as I was saying, integrity is really, really key. Integrity is what will save you. I had a customer from Ibadan. She came 2 days ago. I was so happy. And she bought. I was very happy. And she said, Yetunde, hey, do you know how long I've been saving to come to your Lagos store? That's what it means to be good at what you do. We make mistakes. In fact, there are times when they will sew some clothes like this. You see the zip. They might not even close one part. And you'll be wondering, in my name, and you put Yetroselane there. Did they know if it is Mr. Biodun that made it, or is the ones that did the clothes, and you packed it? Is it that you don't have a conscience? And once, is it that you don't have a conscience? How can you do this to me? What will I tell the customer? But me, I'm quick to say that once I see that it is my fault, of course I'm not blind. I would have it back. Do you know how many delivery fees? In fact, I have a question. Maybe later. Do you know how many deliveries I've done free because probably one error or the other? Why wait? You are at fault. And you're defending yourself. Why are you being defensive over what is glaring? So be willing to, when some customers too, they make some complaints that it's not your fault. Let them understand. There are ways you let them know. But also, if it's that you also can say that this is not going to sell you, try what you can. Make that effort. Offer them discounts, offer solutions, not just leaving them and making it look like you're a scammer. So that is it. That's what has kept me up till now. If I don't sell on social media, I'll be fine. No. So that's why you have to be careful the people you copy. Miss BC Adegu, yay, I'm busting my Ferrome. He said, I'll recommend you anytime. Thank you very much. How do you deal with pricing? Malidane Designs. What I did, like I said, my husband is a data analyst. So what we did was I had this Excel sheet. I put in all my costs. So once I enter an item name, I enter the item name, I put in the number of fabrics I use, the cost of stones and all that, my rent. It tells me how much I can sell the fabric and how much profit I'm making. And I would advise you for maybe if, okay, now this is one advice for people that do ready to wear, or you're offering a service. Make sure a certain percentage comes to you, even if it's 15 or 20%. Make sure it comes to the business. And of course, you have to pay yourself salary. If the price is not okay for you, sell it at, you have to be aware of how much people sell the items. I was checking on Instagram, so I saw the sponsored ad, and a lady was selling a top for 3.5, and I was telling my production manager, this top is very fine. How is she coping? 3.5. How will she sell it? What was her profit? And it wasn't like she was on sale. And then we now saw another post. I saw another post, and I saw one, maybe a dress for 45,000, and I was looking, do you know? And I was telling her, do you know I will pick that blouse over this dress, you know? But the truth of the matter is, people that will buy that dress will buy that dress if they have the need for it. So you have to be careful. You have your customers. The sky is big enough for everybody. You have your customers. You have your own people regardless. You have your own people. The sky, see, my own belief is the sky is big enough for everybody. And that is why I love Auntie NHN up to date. She's a real woman. It is big enough for all of us to fly. Why are you chasing? I don't practice I don't preach what I do. That's why I don't talk too much. Left for me, I will not be on social media. But business, all I'm after is just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Don't compete. Don't copy. Even if you copy, I see lots of things. People copy me. You copy my design. You copy. You don't even allow it to rest. You just copy. No problem. Your clients are different from mine. My people will still come and buy from you. Your people will buy from you. So it's not a big deal. But try to be original. Try to be creative. Whatever you do, whatever service you render, this is what will make people respect you and respect you as a brand. I would not just copy you. Like we get inspirations from one another. In fact, sometimes, and there's always a clash. You might think, oh, this is your design because you sketch it, and then you're just scrolling and you see somebody that has the similar design. Please, did the person come and copy you? No, the person did not come to copy you. You both had the inspiration, but she did it first. Give her some time, please. Give her some time. Let her breathe. Especially when you know that you have, same kind of target market. Do something else. Why show that you are competing? No, it's not done. Okay. So what point in your business did you start paying yourself salary? I started out I did that from Ibadan actually. No idea is original. My husband said no idea is original. That is the truth. No idea is original. Thank you, Damilari. My question, I will answer the question. I know. What point in your business did you start paying yourself salary? I started since I was in Ibadan. From time, I've always been prudent. In fact, since I was 7, I always save up money. So for my business, just be fair with yourself. How much do you think this business can pay you? Not how much you are worth, not how much you think you deserve. How much can the business pay you? And as the business grows, as you're increasing your staff salary, you increase your own as well. What my business is paying me is not enough for me. But I'm running 2 accounts we have 2 accounts, so it will balance up. For salary, do you pay yourself a fixed amount or a percentage? I pay myself a fixed amount. But do what works for you, please. Do what works for you. Yes, so I think it's 6 o'clock. We've spent an hour. Let's just end it here, okay? Send me, let me take 1 or 2 more questions, and if I can't respond to the questions, then you can post on my page and put your questions there. I'll find time to respond to them, okay? Any more questions? So my advice for you, note that one thing I know is that whatever you allow grows. That's number 1. Whatever you allow grows. You don't want them to come late to work. Set that rule, set that standard, and act on it. That's number 1. Number 2, set your standards now. Let people know you for who you are now. Don't fake it. Whether it is your mommy's friend or your mommy or your husband's colleague or whoever, your family, your friends, anybody, let them know. Your standard should remain. Okay, we have 25 seconds left. Your standard should remain. Let them know you take certain percentage. That is it. Make your work independent of you. Make your work independent of you. Delegate. Employ people. Okay, bye. Before they cut us off. Bye.